And we are live. Welcome everybody to yet another episode of Blue Collar Game Day. I, of course, am your host, Steve the General Reisner. Um, Before we get into the game picks, as always, we'll do a quick little Thursday night recap. The Titans defeat the Packers 27-17. I thought the Packers would actually continue on from how they played last week against Dallas and win this game. Tennessee controlled this game on defense. Derrick Henry controlled the game. I don't have the exacts. I'll pull the stats up in a second. But I mean, that's really what it was. Tennessee has quietly put together a pretty nice season. They sit at 7-3 right now. There's a couple of games there that they could have won. Especially, you look at they lost to Kansas City in overtime without Ryan Tannehill playing. And Ryan Tannehill is not great. Ryan Tannehill hasn't been playing the best football. But Tennessee's 7-3. Their defense was even criticized at one point this season. But they're putting together the wins, obviously. It's a solid season. Stats, Derrick Henry, 28 carries, 87 yards. Actually, last night I thought it was 2 receptions for 45 yards. But, I mean, that's what it was, obviously. I mean, Traylon Burks, 7 catches, 111 yards. He had that 51-yarder in there, obviously a big moment. But Tennessee just controlled the game the whole way through. Packers, this is obviously a very disappointing season for Rodgers and the Packers now at 4-7. Playoff hopes are pretty much done for them at this point. Moving on right to game picks for this week. We got the Eagles and the Colts today. This is a 6.5 point spread in favor of the Eagles, which is a little bit low of a spread for me. But the Colts played good last week. The Colts played inspired. They played tough under Jeff Saturday. They came out ready to play. And I have to give Jeff Saturday credit for that. He probably met most of those guys on Tuesday. And he had them ready to go on Sunday. But he was also going against a pretty bad Raiders team that doesn't seem to be responding well to their head coach. The Eagles are a pretty good football team. They're coming off a disappointing loss, obviously, last week to the Washington Commanders. But they're going to look to bounce back this week. And I think the Colts are unfortunately the team they're going to bounce back against. I'm going to take the Eagles to win this game. I'll take that 6.5 point spread. I think the Eagles can win this game by 10 points easily. We got the Giants and the Lions also at 1 o'clock. This is a 3-point spread in favor of the Giants. Detroit, obviously, they seem to stick around in the games against everyone they played except the Patriots. I'll take the Giants this week. Obviously, I like the Giants a lot this year. I like the way they've been playing. I'll take the Giants. I'll take that 3-point spread. That they should be able to beat Detroit by more than a field goal. We got the Bills and the Browns being played in Detroit because of the 31 inches of snow in Buffalo. Listen, I understand why they moved the game. It's a shitload of snow. I do kind of understand it. At the same time, this is big bad Buffalo, man. The Buffalo fans used to pride themselves on this. I'm old enough to remember when Buffalo fans shoveled out the stadium themselves so they could get seats to the game. They asked the fans to come in and shovel out the stadium and let them watch the game. And fucking the Buffalo fans came out and they fucking dug that stadium out, man. I can't stand Buffalo fans. I hate Buffalo, but I respected the hell out of that. They shoveled out their own fucking stands. I hated that the team asked them to do it. Like, you couldn't pay somebody to do it, but, like, Shit, I respected that from the Buffalo fans. They loved their team. They went and shoveled it out. Now, oh no, we don't. They didn't want to play in the heat in Miami. They didn't like playing in the wind in Foxborough last year. And now they don't want to play in snow in Buffalo. All right. Okay. Whatever. So they're moving it to a dome in Detroit. Now, my issue with this is that, one, Buffalo is playing in Detroit on Thanksgiving. So now you've taken the travel out of Buffalo's week. You've made Buffalo's week against Detroit much easier. Normally when you have this Thursday night game, you got to factor in a whole day of travel before you even get to Thursday. That's after coming off a game on Sunday. That's taken out of the equation now for Buffalo. And you know what? It's not that big of a deal. But if back when Tom Brady was on the Patriots, if they had moved a game out of Foxborough because of snow and moved the Patriots' passing-led offense into a dome and took away their travel time on a short week, NFL fans and media would be in an outrage about the NFL rigging the game for the Patriots and the NFL helping the Patriots. But right now, the NFL's just holding Buffalo's hand, walking them through the whole fucking thing. And no one seems to care. If you haven't noticed, I can't fucking stand Buffalo. So Josh Allen, by the way, has not played great the last few weeks. People haven't wanted to bring this up. He's got 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 2 fumbles in the last 3 weeks. Buffalo should win this game. They should cover this 7.5-point spread after having the NFL do them the favor of moving the game. That said, for them to do that, they need to take care of the football. Josh Allen needs to protect the football. It's a conversation that the media hasn't wanted to have. We got the Patriots and the Jets in Foxborough today. The 3.5-point spread in favor of the Patriots. This is the lock of the week here. The Patriots beat the Jets handedly, convincingly, 2 weeks ago in New York without their starting center, who is now back in the lineup today. I think the Patriots are better than the Jets. I think that was proven a couple weeks ago. The Jets aren't a bad team this year either. But after watching them completely control the game for the entire second half against the Jets 2 weeks ago in New York, I can't help but think that the Patriots are going to control the game now in Foxborough, especially considering that they're now healthy. So I got the Patriots minus 3.5 here. They'll cover that. They'll win and cover this. Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Chicago's offense has figured something out. Now they get to play a team that's really bad on offense. I'm going to take Chicago to win this. Atlanta's favored by 3 here, but I'm going to take Chicago in the upset in this one. We got the Washington Commodores and the Houston Texans. Washington starting to play a lot better with Taylor Heineke as quarterback instead of Carson Wentz. You almost have to wonder, if they'd have a better record if they'd just started Taylor Heineke all year. I like the way that they're playing. I like the way that they played last week against the Eagles, and the Houston run defense is legitimately bad. It's a bad run defense. I think Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson both have big days here. I'm going to take Washington to win. I'm going to take them to cover this 3.5 points. We got the Ravens and the Panthers at 1 o'clock. Ravens are favored by 12.5 here. I obviously have the Ravens winning this game. 12.5 is too high of a spread for me. especially with a little bit of inconsistencies and problems we've seen on defense this year from the Ravens. I don't like spread. I've never really liked double digit spreads over 10 points, but that's 12.5. I don't like it. We got the Rams and the Saints. The Rams are favored by 2.5 here. I believe Matthew Stafford should be playing this week. I'm going to take the Rams to win this game. I took them to win last week. I keep taking the Rams. They keep making me look bad. This is a game they should win. This is a game they should be able to win. This is last year's Super Bowl champion. They should be able to win this game. They're playing against Andy Dalton. So I'll take the Rams in this to win here. I am not overly confident in it. We got the Raiders and the Broncos in a game of, do I really need to pick a winner in this? God, I might as well just like flip a coin on this. I don't know. I don't want to take. What's up? That's Corey the Holy Man right there. You can follow him on Twitch. Check out his podcast, Nonsense and Deep Thoughts. That's my guy. Yeah, the Broncos and the Raiders. I mean, these are just bad teams. I don't want to pick a winner in this. It's awful. It's like painful that I have to do this. I'm going to take the Broncos just because, I mean, how the fuck can I pick the Raiders again after last week? Again, I'm given. Yeah, like I said, Corey, I understand that 31 inches of snow is a hell of a lot of fucking snow, but like it's Buffalo. They always play in the snow. It's a thing. I mean, there are a lot of games in New England over the years, and we got buried with snow, and it was never even like a thought like, hey, maybe we should move that game and help out the Patriots. Yeah, the Raiders last week, man, I took the Raiders to win that game because yes, dude, they're talking here's the other part with this, Corey, is that they were mad that they might not be able to make it to the airport on time because of the snow. Well, you knew about this storm a week ago, so you could have made travel arrangements. Either that, or you prepare to shove your fucking driveway out because it's snow and you live in Buffalo. You've seen it before. It's not new. It's amazing they can't figure this out. But yeah, I took the Raiders last week because I thought that there's really no excuse for Josh McDaniels' team to lose to a team whose head coach literally had zero experience coaching a team prior to that week. Except last week, the Colts looked more disciplined. They gave more effort than the Raiders, and their coach had never coached before. That I'm very impressed with what Saturday did last week, but it's also at the same time inexcusable on Josh McDaniels' part. It's inexcusable for you to get outcoached by a guy with zero coaching experience. So I'm going to take the Broncos to win this game. 3-point spread, sure. Guess I'll take the 3. Not really going to place any money on Denver and the points this year either. You got the Cowboys and the Vikings at 425. This was probably one of the better games this week. Minnesota obviously coming off a wild game against Buffalo last week. That was one of the best finishes to any football game that I've probably ever seen. Absolutely wild, that all the way through. Justin Jefferson, what a fucking catch. What a player this kid is turning into just a couple of years into his career. Paul Allen, play-by-play announcer from Minnesota. For those of you who haven't heard it, go look it up. This guy is fucking awesome. I wish we had a guy like that in fucking New England. Instead, we got Scott Zolak fucking talking fucking gibberish the entire time. Anyway, I'm excited to see this game. The Cowboys need a bounce-back win. And the Vikings obviously want to continue rolling. I'm going to take the Cowboys in this game. Actually, no, you know what? I thought this game was in Dallas. I'm going to take the Vikings because this game is in Minnesota. The game this close, I'm just going to go with the home team. 1.5 point spread. I'll take them to cover that. It'll probably be. This is a game that's probably being decided by a field goal. I think this is going to be a great game. I'll take Minnesota here. We got the Bengals and at the Steelers at 425. This one, I really don't know what to do with. The Steelers are not very good. The Bengals are having their problems this year. And they've showed their high moments, but they've had their issues. And their big issues have been with blocking. I'm going to take the Steelers in the upset here just because it's the divisional game. The divisional rivalries are where Pittsburgh can get their upset wins because divisional games are just always different. I don't like that Cincinnati offensive line. I love TJ Watt. I think TJ Watt will impact the game a lot more in his second week back. I'm going to take the Steelers here in the upset. Might be a little crazy, but yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers here. We got the Chiefs and at the Chargers tonight at 8:20. The Chiefs are favored here by 5.5. I will take the Chiefs and the spread. I am not a big fan of the Chargers this year. I know they've got a good record. I think they look poorly coached at times. I think they look inconsistent. I can't figure the team out. I like the Chiefs. To me right now, Patrick Mahomes is probably the MVP of the league again. The Chiefs are playing great football after losing a guy like Tyreek Hill. Their offense doesn't seem to have really missed too much of a beat. They still can't run the football, which is, I don't know why that surprises people so much. It's an Andy Reid team. They don't run, they throw. I'll take the Chiefs here, and I'll take them to cover this 5.5 points. We have got the 49ers and the Cardinals tomorrow night at 8:15. I'm going to take the 49ers here. They're favored by 8. I am not going to play that 8-point spread because the Niners are winning games. The Niners are playing good football. I'm still not very confident in the San Francisco 49ers this year. But I'm also not confident at all in the Arizona Cardinals this year. I think San Fran's a better team, and I think they're better coached. That 8 points is a little too high for me for a team that in Arizona, that as much as I criticize them, as much as I don't think they're that good, they can still put points up pretty quickly with DeAndre Hopkins and I believe my Marquise Brown. The grown man wants to be called Hollywood. God damn it. With Marquise Brown back and DeAndre Hopkins, they can still score points. And the Niners are a team that they win the game by running the ball down your throat, by controlling the line of scrimmage and running the clock out. They're not a high-powered offense as much as they should be with all that talent. I'll take them to win. I do not like that 8 points. Anyway, that is all I got for you this week, folks. This is, of course, Thanksgiving week. So, Thanksgiving football coming up Thursday. We got the Bills and the Lions, the Giants and the Cowboys, the Patriots and the Vikings. Should be a pretty good slate. Giants and Actually, it's not a bad slate at all this year because the Giants are at least pretty good this year. I mean, obviously the Bills will kick the shit out of Detroit, but I mean that's a Thanksgiving tradition. Number one is Detroit gets their ass kicked. Nothing wrong with that really. Um, anyway, I will be back next week. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time watching football, and enjoy your time with your family if that's something that you do. I'm just in this all day for the food and the football. Um, anyway, that's all. I will see you next Sunday.